Chhattisgarh is seeing its first phase of polling today. Meanwhile, the state of Mizoram is voting today in all its constituencies. It has reported 18% voting till 10 a.m. Voters are getting in line since early morning today. Chief Minister Zoram Thanga, Governor Babu Kambhampati have all cast their votes this morning. We also saw the Congress chief for Mizoram and other significant leaders line up this morning to cast their vote. Voting is happening in 40 seats in the northeastern state. And the BJP, of course, is hoping to make a post-poll alliance to come back into power in Mizoram. Meanwhile, of course, the Congress is hoping for an upset this time around and hoping to come back to power. Joining us at this point is Valalrima Vantaval, owner and editor of Zalin, that is the largest Sunday newspaper in Mizoram. What are the key election issues of the people of Mizoram for you this time around?
We have entered the 40 hours silence period, which is announced by the EC. So, I think I would rather leave it question.
Mr. Vantaval, what do you believe are the chances, though, of the MNF, that is the Mizo National Front, the ruling party, returning to power?
Like I have told you, 48 hours silence period has been announced by Election Commission. So I could incite people or influence people if I comment on this. So it's very dicey now.
Right. What about the Manipur issue, the Manipur crisis? Do you believe that will cast its shadow on the Mizoram elections?
You see, we are in the silent period now. That is 48 hours before the election. Okay. So I have told the person who called before, I don't think I'll be much of use since it's we have to be very careful in giving our opinion during the 48 hours. If you had done this interview like 24 hours back, then everything would have been different. Yeah. So right now I am bounded by the EC. So it's not hard to talk of a frank opinion on in this 48 hours before the election. Yeah. So there also, and still he says like we will ask other questions or something like that. So I was hoping for some other questions.
What about the Congress, Mr. Vantaval, beg your pardon. How is the Congress placed in Mizoram? Do you believe that the MNF and the Congress could attempt a post-poll coalition if the numbers turn out that way?
Post-poll alliance between Congress and MNF, according to me, is not likely.
Okay. Okay. So that
the Congress and the MNF has been fighting like cats and dogs here for many decades, and so since we know that like MNF has joined NEDA, so I don't think there will be a coalition government between the Congress and the BJP.
All right, Mr. Vantaval, let's leave it at that. Thank you very much for joining us with your perspective on that story. I want to quickly draw in Dr. Zirilana here as well, editor Mizo AW daily newspaper in the state as well. What are the key election issues you believe this time will weigh heavy on voters' minds, Dr. Zirilana?
There are three main contesting parties. The contest between them, the issue of contest between them is, one party is his main theme is anti-incumbency factor. That is, that one main opposition party is harping on anti-incumbency. Another party, which was earlier in power, blamed the main opposition party because they are blaming the previous government not doing anything for the state. So the main fight is, this one issue switch on from one to another. The issue switch on from one to another. If one particular party raise one point, another party is trying to explain the thing and hit back. That is the main issue here. There is no, this like other states, there is no issue of this main issue. The issue is very much local one.
Okay. What do you believe are the chances, according to you, of the MNF returning to power?
I think, as I have already said, the fight is three corner. The three corner, the ruling Mizoram National Front, and the main opposition Mizoram People's Movement, and Indian National Congress. These are the main contestants.
So you're ruling out the BJP. Why is that, sir? Do you believe that the Manipur issue has, harmed the BJP's chances in Mizoram, or do you believe they were not a player at all?
It is very difficult to say that the Manipur crisis will have an impact. But if it has an impact, it will be against the BJP, because the BJP is ruling there in Manipur, and the main idea, the general idea of the people here is that the Manipur BJP government allow all these things to happen. And here in Mizoram, the almost all people here are Zhou tribe, like the Kuki, and they are in Manipur. So they are very much concerned about what had happened to them. So these things, what they have been suffering, is allowed by the BJP government there. So if it has an impact in the Mizoram election, it will be against the BJP.
Right. Let's just talk a bit about the Chief Minister now. According to you, Dr. Zirilana, is he facing anti-incumbency? Is Zoramthanga facing anti-incumbency?
There is, yes, somewhat anti-incumbency, because, the main opposition party, Mizoram People's Movement, is harping on against the ruling party because, as I have already said, this ruling party has not fulfilled its promise for the last 5 years, and this they promise so many things, but many of them have not been fulfilled.
All right, let me quickly ask you, before I let you go, on the Congress party's chances now. How is the Congress placed there in Mizoram? You spoke about it being a three-way fight. Does that mean that there could be a post-poll coalition then later between the MNF and Congress, possibly also if needed?
I think very difficult to say. Very difficult to say, because in the previous ministry term also, this MNF and the Congress was the main rivals. So this time also they are accusing so many allegations to each other. So at this time it is very difficult to say that they will not. They will form. They will not form with any other party.
Right.
So that is what they are saying. You know, these three parties are now claiming that they will form the next government, and they are all confident that they will surely win at least 25 to 26 or 7 seats. All these three parties are claiming, they are very much confident of winning and forming their own government.
All right, Dr. Zirilana, thank you very much for joining us with your perspective on that big story. Let's go across now to my colleague Asabri, who has the latest numbers for us. How is voter turnout been like since the morning in Mizoram? Well, Asabri will share more with us.
Right, of course. So there now until 9 a.m. what we are tracking, of course, starting with Mizoram from Aizawl East 1, you have 13.33% voter turnout until 9 o'clock, 79.94% overall voter turnout in 2018. That's exactly what we saw. Of course, viewers, these are the latest voter test. This is the latest voter percentage that we are tracking for you up until 9 o'clock. 13.3%, 13.33% in fact voters have finally voted in. Quickly taking a look at Searchip, 19.28% voters have finally voted in until 9 o'clock. 85.65% overall voter turnout was seen in 2018. Of course, this is the latest that we're tracking up until 9 o'clock. In Hakik, in fact, 15.94% voter turnout until 9 o'clock. 2018, we saw a 78% voter turnout. These are the overall figures. Now, quickly taking a look at the next key constituency that we are tracking for all of you. Aizawl West 3, 16.86% voter turnout until 9 o'clock, all touching 80.01% till 2018. Tuichang, 27.22% voter turnout until 9 o'clock, 80.73 seen overall in 2018. Now quickly taking a look at Dampa, 16.95% voter turnout until 9 o'clock, 81.12% overall voter turnout seen in 2018. Quickly now taking a look at Konta, we have 4.21% voter turnout until 9 o'clock, 46.19% overall voter turnout seen in the year of 2018. These are the key constituencies that we are tracking for all our viewers on the broadcast. All right, quickly now shifting it back to Uday.
All right, let me quickly go across to Sujata Paul, Congress spokesperson who joins us live as well. We also have Manasvi Thapar, political analyst, joining us live. Alok Mehta, editorial director of the Sunday Guardian, joins us live. Sumitra Goenka, political analyst, is also live with us on the broadcast. Sujata Paul, if we talk about Mizoram, how confident are you that possibly this time the UPA, the Congress, could return to power in the state of Mizoram, and which are the factors you believe will be at play this time around in voters' minds?
In Mizoram, Congress party is going to return full on, and the reason for that is that people are recognizing that ZPM, which is the new party, and the MNF are both entry points for the BJP. As far as the people of Mizoram are concerned, the BJP doesn't even understand them, because the language, the culture, the traditions, they are very important for us and for the people of Mizoram. And like Rahul Gandhi ji has already promised, that we are going to ensure that we protect them, we provide peace and progress to the state of Mizoram. If you see what has happened in the past 5 years, even if I don't talk about the Manipur issue, we have heard the government of India talk about the BJP returning to power with the UCC. And the UCC means that they will take away Article 371, which is presently in place in Mizoram. Isn't that so? And Kiran Rijiju has been going to Mizoram promising people that this will not happen. How is that possible? You cannot have, one standard for the rest of India and another for the Northeast. And people recognize that these people are speaking lies. And on the 28th of October 2023, All India Radio had reported that BJP plans to have a coalition with the ZPM because they think that MNF is losing out completely. The Mizoram is a state which is predominantly Christian, and the BJP has always been opposed to holidays on Christmas, on Sundays, which is something that people are very concerned about. And the way that the mission work is being carried out in Mizoram, they feel constrained because the BJP has been abusing its power and taking excuse of targeting those groups who are working there. When we talk about FCRA, so anybody who's using FCRA has felt that they have been on target of the BJP. So therefore, the Congress party has promised that we will be establishing an inclusive, corruption-free government, which is going to be people-centric, and it will be an efficient government for the people of India. Healthcare, we have promised that we are going to enhance it, and we are going to give a health coverage. Just one more point of 15 lakhs. In addition to that, the old age pension amount is also going to be increased to rupees 2,000, and these are things which are resonating with people. The women of Mizoram who vote in large numbers.
Okay, these are the factors, Sumitra Goenka, which Sujata Paul believes will work in favor of the Congress party. She says the UCC shadow is there in Mizoram on the people. Also, minorities have been targeted. Your response, Sumitra, and on which way you believe Mizoram will swing this time around?
In Mizoram, BJP has never formed the government. Even now, it is not very active in Mizoram, and we know that in Northeast over the past 9 or 10 years, BJP has slowly and gradually made progress where they absolutely did not have any presence, be it Assam or Manipur or other areas. And one of the planks on which BJP has been moving in the Northeast is development, like be the construction of roads or connectivity, the railways reaching them, the kind of development efforts which have been taken is unprecedented. We have not seen this kind of development. Earlier, it used to take more than 24 hours, 36 hours to even come to the nearest areas like, say, Jalpaiguri or Guwahati, which were the main hubs. But today we see that it's not out of reach, and people are traveling very easily from all the Northeast regions. Mizoram is not an exception here, though I would say that the current situation in Manipur and the kind of media coverage Manipur has got for the wrong reasons, I would say, has really has really changed the equation slightly. But Mizoram is not a cause of concern for the BJP so far, because they are not very active in Mizoram, though they are trying to make inroads into Mizoram. But I think BJP needs to look into the overall Northeast situation from the point of view of Manipur, and they need to take steps to quickly, change the media narrative or do some good in that area, because it has really started affecting their chances a little bit. That is what I feel independently.
Yes, let me quickly, in fact, take that across to Sujata for a quick response, and then I'll get in Manasvi Thapad as well. So, Sujata.
So, it's very clear that what Ms. Goenka has said indicates that the BJP is not concerned about Mizoram, and that speaks for itself. Mizoram really does feel neglected by the central government, and the Northeast has always had this pattern of aligning with whoever has been at the center, because they're dependent on donor funds which are specifically for the region of the Northeast. However, Mizoram is not only feeling disturbed by what has happened in Manipur, but they also realize that for the central government, the Northeast means little, considering the fact that the Prime Minister has not visited Mizoram even during elections. Of course, the truth is that he is very, very scared of what has happened in Manipur. He doesn't want to face the people of Manipur. And a lot of Manipuris are now residing in Mizoram ever since the happenings that started in Manipur, and things have not stopped over there. So people do realize that it is time to bring in a government which will be coming in the center also, and they need to strengthen that particular party. And that is why the MNF or the ZPM are not going to be looked at by the people of Mizoram this time, and it will be the Congress which will come into power.
Uday, I think my statement is taken wrongly by
Okay, okay, 10 seconds.
Yeah. So I did not say that BJP is neglecting Mizoram or they are not concerned about Mizoram. I talked about the situation that BJP is not in power in Mizoram, in the state, and the
No, it is part of the ruling. It was part of the ruling government. It was part of the ruling government, but as you said, they've been a dormant partner, not an active partner. Okay, let me get in. Let me get in Manasvi Thapar. Manasvi Thapar, you heard what the others have to say. You can, of course, respond to them, and also the Manipur shadow. How much of a shadow has Manipur issue cast on the voters in Mizoram, you believe, and the elections overall?
Manipur issue is a very much closely related issue to Mizoram. And having said that, it is obviously, since the neighbor is being troubled, so there's going to be a direct impact on the Mizoram factor also. But also from the political arithmetic, though it was BJP's understanding in the beginning that we have to look east and there has to be focus towards the Seven Sisters and the West Bengal region by the BJP, but somehow Mizoram does not fall into the in the Lok Sabha electoral politics for them, because it does not matter for them in terms of the getting more seats there. It's just one Lok Sabha seat. So it's not going to make a huge difference for BJP to have a understanding or create a leadership or a voter base or a cadre base, which BJP has not done since last 10 years in Mizoram especially. Because the focus is not there, because it is not going to give them any kind of a direct advantage in getting the Lok Sabha seat. So that arithmetic plays very well for BJP, and they know where they have to focus and why they have to focus where. So this is what BJP has done. Having said that, what happens? The fight is going to be two ways only. It is MNF versus Indian National Congress, and the advantage of Congress, what I see, is only the anti-incumbency which MNF is facing. Apart from that, if we see that there is some kind of a leadership which has come out in Mizoram from the Congress, I don't see that. Apart from that, if we see that there are some local issues which Congress has taken it up very actively or politically, that is not there. Only thing which is going to can help Congress could be the Manipur factor and the anti-incumbency factor which MNF is facing.
No, but that's the question. I mean, if you're saying the Congress is not deserving to translate that anti-incumbency for them, then it could go to the ZPF as well. They're also a player. They're trying to tap into that anti-incumbency vote.
So when there are going to be three players there, obviously Congress has a vote bank. Congress is an older party. Congress understands the culture. Congress has a leadership. But converting them is also going to be task. But previously the government was of Congress. So Congress understands Mizoram quite well. I don't have a doubt in Congress forming or coming close to the government mark, is because Congress is already there. It is present. It is passively active, not as active politically or volatilely we would expect Congress to be in Mizoram. It is not that. But the factor of Manipur, the factor of anti-incumbency would favor Congress more than any other party. So this is the understanding of the ground, because the voter is well placed with Congress. So that's the benefit of Congress also there.
Yes. Let me also quickly join Alok Mehta for his reading, his perspective, Alok Mehta, on how this election is really panning out in Mizoram. It is the last Northeast state to vote before the 2024 Lok Sabha polls, and so a lot will be read into its result and its bearing, not just for the state in the Lok Sabha polls, but the entire Northeast region in general. Alok Mehta, what are the factors at play here? Do you believe it is a direct fight between the MNF and the ZPF, or is it a four-way contest with, of course, the Congress, poised to make some gains? Obviously, they believe that they could form government by themselves this time around, and the BJP is hoping to at least better its tally from last time around. Although critics say that the Manipur issue could weigh in, and make the BJP draw a blank. They got 1 seat last time.
Udayji, what our earlier guest also mentioned about it, I think the Congress party and the MNF, they are the major party. The Zonam People's Forum, they are also trying to, because this is a triangle. That's why I'm saying the progress of the Mizoram, the development of the Mizoram is the major issue. That's why I feel what Sujata ji also mentioned, that the Manipur will be not. Sorry, Sujata ji, not you, but just I'm mentioning that because our other guest also mentioned that Manipur is not going to affect a lot. Certainly, there are issues because it's a border issue. You see, the state is one side is a Bangladesh, other side is Myanmar. So it's a very sensitive. That's why the development work in Northeast. Dr. Manmohan Singh was the Prime Minister. He all the time he was from Rajya Sabha at that time when he was the Prime Minister, but he never bothered for the Northeast. But in last 10 years, what development in Northeast, the road communication, air communication, rail communication, it's helped people because we are talking about the people, not the party. Congress party regime, that time so much corruption. That's why people, the regional parties, the ambitions and the work. That's why the BJP must be having 1 seat last time also. So the regional party depend on the center. What happened in Arunachal Pradesh? What even the Assam? You see the Congress senior most leader joined the BJP and now the BJP ruling in Assam. That's why the Assam and Rijuji, the Chief Minister of Assam, they are affecting the whole Northeast. It's not question of the one election. And normally what I feel, Prime Minister Narendra Modi, his team and the RSS, because the Isai missionaries are very, very, very active earlier, and that was the challenge even in Mrs. Gandhi period. She directly or indirectly funded those RSS people to counter the CIA planted in missionaries at that time. That's why this is the issue of the national security, integration of the country and the society of the interested of the development progress. And that's why the corruption and development is the major issue for the Mizoram people. And they are voting on the basis who can, the local, that's why 1 seat, 5 seats is going to affect the government, who will form the government. That's why our earlier editor also mentioned from Mizoram that they're likely, it's not possible at all that MNF and Congress can join hands together because they were fighting since long and MNF was fighting against those. Just one more point, Lal Denga. Swaraj Kaushal was he was talking, he was the Advocate General, then he was the Governor also. So I think they remember the background. And Lal Denga brought with agreement, and ultimately because of so much corruption, the Congress also came back. And now after the Congress, there was so much corruption, people were fed up, and people are interested how they can get transport, the school facilities or the hospital facilities.
For more such videos, subscribe to the NewsX YouTube channel, hit the bell icon.